Okay, so Alan, we're down here at the track in Bridgend and we've got some juniors training behind you there. What's the process been like getting the club to this stage?
Involves an awful lot of paperwork and a lot of input from a lot of volunteers to get it to this point. As you can probably imagine, keeping the people apart is one of the challenges. So one of the things we've done is to cut the grass in the middle of the track, and so there's a 2-metre separation, so lanes down the middle of the track, because here we only have a 4-lane 300-metre track, so we're very limited to the number of people we can have on the track at one time.
And this 4-lane track, we're looking at it looking sparkling new. It's come about just in the last few months. It's been completed.
That's true. With the weather that we had, we were waiting to get the track lined. Eventually managed to get it done in March. So the track, the total cost was in the region of £125,000. But we have now used people's input from different things. Sport Wales contributed £50,000. It was the biggest grant in the whole of Wales. The large sum, £50,000 from the club, and the balance of it was from the local county council and the town council.
Excellent. So now that obviously you're able to get the track open, you've got all your, you followed all the guidance, you've got all your mitigations in place and risk assessments and all that sort of thing. How much are you hoping it's going to be used in what's left of the season? How many nights are people going to be training on here? Have you got plans for any competitions on here, or?
At the moment, I think competitions are probably out of the window. Really, this is pretty much a training track. But the juniors will be using the track 4 nights a week, Monday to Thursday. There'll possibly be a senior session on a Friday. At the moment, it's just restricted to this club because normally there are time slots here for other clubs in the locality. They come down, have an hour on the track, mainly for seniors. At the moment, we really want to get our own procedures in order and go through what we need to do before we let it out to the other clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. It completely makes sense. What's the demand been like within your club once you sort of let people know that it was going to be open?
There's amazing, because everybody wants to come back straight away. We have been doing a lot of virtual work. The coaches have been doing online sessions with people, setting them tasks, mini decathlons, three efforts during each week. The seniors, for instance, have also been doing virtual stuff. But yeah, to actually have the facility back in action has been great. So.
Fantastic.
I mean, firstly, I think our clubs have been incredibly resourceful during this period, working incredibly well to maintain links with their members. And I think what we're seeing tonight down at Bridgend is hopefully going to be the same we see up and down the country now in Wales, with our clubs re-engaging, bringing their coaches, bringing their athletes back to their facilities, seeing the parents at the side of the track, getting our junior athletes engaged with the sport once again, getting them prepared for some competition, which hopefully we'll see towards the end of the summer. And if we don't, getting them ready for a winter period, and hopefully at some point in the not too distant future we will see a return to competition, a return to the sport that we know.
What would you like to say to kind of those people who've been running the clubs and the coaches who've been obviously trying to keep athletes engaged over this very difficult lockdown period?
I've been unbelievably impressed by the innovation, by the dedication that all of our members have shown throughout this period. We've been holding a number of engagement sessions, and we've been hearing and listening to the ways that clubs have been dealing with this incredibly difficult challenge, and the way the clubs continue to innovate, continue to modernise, continue to look at different ways of keeping their members enthused. We've seen a significant amount of virtual runs, virtual relays. We're seeing some junior events, some junior engagements starting. Our sport is built on passionate and dedicated volunteers, and throughout this period they've really demonstrated how important they are to the sport. And
it's nice to see athletes back on track and them enjoying themselves at the end of the day. I had a chat with a few young athletes earlier, and I just said to them that if they do get back into competing, just make sure they enjoy it, because at the end of the day they probably haven't seen some of their friends for months on end, weeks on end. So just remember not to set themselves really hard targets, as they probably would do if they've had proper preparation for the season, but just to go there, take it how it is, and just enjoy it at the end of the day, because that's what's important.